Hey guys and girls, welcome back to my channel and to the third part of my wedding journey. I'm Somikos K and today I'm going to be taking you through the planning process of my wedding. But before we go into the video, I just want to say that if you haven't subscribed yet, this is your chance to subscribe. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when I post future videos, you will be aware and you will be notified. Now let's get into the video. For me, I had traditional church wedding, and I don't know whether I should say court wedding because we had the court certificates done by the church, but let me just say traditional and church wedding. I had both of them on the same day. This can actually help you to reduce your budget doing two weddings on the same day. It reduces costs and it also reduces your planning process. You don't have to start planning two different events separately. You can plan the same amount of food for the same amount of people on the same day. You just basically get everything done when you have your two weddings on the same day. Granted, it might be stressful and all, but it still seems like the best way to me to cut costs by planning your traditional wedding and your church wedding to happen on the same day. It definitely helps you to save costs. Now you need to know your budget. Yeah, you're planning a wedding, so you need to know what you're working with. You need to know how much you can spend, how much you can give out for a particular wedding. So our advice to actually do a background search. So basically go around, check online, ask people of what venue cost, what food cost, and when you have an idea of that, then you can now plan your budget according to like the research that you've done, and also leave little spaces for excesses, because sometimes in weddings prices could just change, and the economy we have in Nigeria is wonderful that you could budget for something this time around and then it changes. Okay, so now we have to make our guest list. Now my own guest list was around like 200 to 250. I think it was lesser than 250, maybe around 200 to 230 people, but that was my list. If you don't want to spend so much money, you don't need to make your guest list very large. Just make it as small as possible. Yes, and after you finish making your guest list, you now want to print invitation cards according to your guest list. For me, I did not print out any invitation card. Ofupulun one Emerum. All I did was online invitations, and even for that invitation card that was online, I actually did it myself. I used this app called Canva. It's a designing app, editing app, graphic designing app. That's what I used. I made my invitation card by myself. I'm going to post it here for you to see how it looks like. It was just something simple, but that was my choice. I didn't print any card at all, and that literally can save you a large amount of money. Having a wedding planner is important to the success of your wedding. And when I say having a wedding planner, necessarily paying someone to plan your wedding. Yes, you can do that if you can afford it and you find someone that's affordable. You can pay a wedding planner to relieve the stress of you. But for me, my family and I were my wedding planners. If you have family members that are willing to assist to help you plan your wedding and are not going to overstep their boundaries, because sometimes why people hire strangers as a wedding planner is because the wedding planner works according to what the couple wants and not what they want. But the thing is with family is that sometimes they want to, you know, give you what the idea they have about your wedding. So if you have family members that can respect your choices and can work with you on your wedding, literally you I don't want to use the word use, but my family members tried for me. Now you want to make provision for food. For food is something that is very important in an event, and I actually wanted everyone that came to my wedding to eat. That was one of my top concerns in planning my wedding, food. Because if you decorate your hall so beautifully or your venue is so nice and people do not eat, it's not the best thing to it's just not the best. So I wanted food to be something that was organized properly. And if you want to cut down budget for your wedding in food aspect, I really advise you just make a simple dish. Do not complicate the matters by giving people choices. When you begin to have too many choices for feeding in a wedding, it causes confusion and some people will not eat, because when the waiter brings jollof rice to this table and some people say no, it's eba they want to eat, not every time that the ushers remember what table requested for eba, so they might skip you and never come back. If you can make it, depending on your budget, make it one course meal, two course meal, but anything you're doing, it should be the same thing for everyone. Don't give people choices. For me, I had three-course meals actually. I had the first one, I had pepper soup. For when you're coming in, just take pepper soup. That's for everybody. The second, I had jollof rice and fried rice with salad and chicken on everybody's plate. So it's not, do you want jollof? Do you want fried rice? We're putting the jollof and the fried rice there, salad and chicken. If you don't like fried rice, leave it. You don't like jollof rice, leave it. It's the one, it's the one that you like. Then the third, this third option was basically for during the evening time when some people are still around, maybe people are still hanging around. We now gave options for ukwa or abacha. So that was all I did for food. Some people, even in their wedding, they just package jollof rice and chicken inside them takeaway and they share to everybody. Everybody eats and they go home. Whether you want to talk about their wedding or not, the point that those two individuals are what, they are married and there's nothing that you can do about it. Now you want to do your wedding, so you need to get a photographer, a videographer, however you want to do it. What you can do is, for me, I just requested for pictures of my wedding, video of my wedding, and a wedding trailer. That's all I requested for. Later on, you can always make a photo book. You can always create frames after the wedding when you now have extra money. You don't need to make packages that have photo book and have calendars and have different kind of options, drone, all those things. They are really not necessary if you're trying to be on a budget. Now, getting your music and entertainment, you can do DJ, you can do band. As for me, I do not really appreciate bands. Like, I really like DJs. I love the sound behind the DJs. I love the technicalities behind DJs. I love it. And I got my DJ through Instagram. You cannot believe it, but I got my DJ through Instagram. Instagram really helped me a lot throughout my wedding. God just favored me on Instagram during my wedding planning. I was not falling into the hands of liars and cheats. That's just my testimony about Instagram during my wedding. Another thing was that I gave my DJ like playlists. Like, you cannot come to my wedding and be playing some kind of songs that I don't understand, or playing some kind of wild songs or rough songs, or I don't know, vulgar songs that I don't know why they should be playing those in weddings. But I told my DJ, no vulgar song. In fact, you don't even need to bother about that. I gave him playlists. Take this list. This is where you play all my music from this playlist. I gave him Spotify playlists, yes. And he was true to the cause. That DJ was so awesome. Like, he literally played all my songs on that list. Another thing again is, I do not like when people cut my music. You know, when you're listening to music in a place and a DJ is playing, and then as he's playing, you hear and the song has not even gone up to like half, and you start hearing I hate that thing. I told DJ, I don't want that. I need my songs to play to the full. Now, when you're also getting your DJ too, some DJs come with drummer and hype man. You can decide to just get a DJ without a drummer, without a hype man. Those two things are adding expenses to your budget for your DJ. Just get your DJ and be happy. Me, I wanted just what? DJ. I did not need drummer. But my brother said that my parents want drummer. Shebi, now them pay for drummer, maybe me pay for drummer. They paid for drummer, I paid for my DJ. Collabo. Now for decorations, you want to make your decoration very simple and classy, right? We are working with a budget, but because we're working with a budget doesn't mean that our wedding should be shabby. My decorator came with chairs and tables, so that's a good thing. If you have someone who can get you all you want in their package, that will also reduce your budget. So my decorator had chairs and tables, so she brought that in addition to decorating the venue for the wedding. So finding someone who has all that, the price tends to be cheaper than finding different vendors for chairs and table, different vendors for decorating, different vendors for lighting, all those stuff. If you can find one person that has all this, they will definitely give you discounts or a reduced price because you are getting all those services that they offer. That would actually reduce the price for you. Now for your venue, open fields are actually cheaper than getting halls. If you can get a space for an open field and decorate it for your wedding, it's actually much cheaper than getting halls. Halls are kind of expensive because you're paying for the covering, you're paying for the AC, you're paying for some lighting and some other kind of stuff. So an open field is a much better option for you, but of course you have to consider raining season. If it's raining season, you might want to change your option. But if you're going for halls, just know that getting halls early is like the best. If you can, secure your venue before anything for your wedding. Like, secure your venue is very important. Get your venue as early as 10 months or even 12 months to your wedding. If you are aware of the wedding dates like that early, get your venue. You can even get the price is not as expensive as when it's close to the date. For me, since I did traditional and white on the same day, my venue was my father's house, which was in Anambra State in my village. So I just used my father's house for my wedding reception. There was no need for halls, so I didn't pay anything for venue for my wedding. For your souvenirs, make them simple or do not have any at all. Depending on the budgets you have, make your souvenirs very easy, simple, if possible the same thing all around, so that you won't have difference in prices or anyhow, or don't even give at all. For me, I didn't give any souvenir at my wedding, not because I didn't want to, but it didn't fit within my budget. So there was no souvenir for my wedding. So that's all for today. That's the end of the tips that I've given you for reducing budgets for your wedding and how I planned my own wedding. So all you need to do now is watch out my part 4. My part 4 is about my dress. Getting my dress, getting my wedding dress, getting my traditional dress, and getting the dress for my Ashebi ladies. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in my next video. Bye.